Hi Amazemath, welcome back to Amazemath. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. I hope you enjoy it and please watch till the end. So today we'll learn a very interesting method called FOIL, and the topic is on expanding to brackets. So the method you're going to use is FOIL method. F stands for first, O for outside, I for inside, and then L for last. So let's write an example, then you'll be able to understand it better. So let's say we have x plus, I'm going to write it over here in the middle, x plus 2 and maybe x plus 3. Okay, let's get rid of this very fast. Okay, so by the way, you can copy this method in your book and you can use different colors just to make it pop out. So this x and this x, we call it first, and then we have the same x with the last number, where the last term is outside. Then we have these two and that one is inside, and last but not least we have the same 2, I don't know if this is visible, and 3 is last. So basically what are we doing? So in this case we can say, let me get a brown pen. So in our question you can say the first one is x times x. So here we come and say x times x. In the last video I've explained that when there's a bracket, you multiply. Brackets is the same as multiplication, so you can watch the video after you finish watching this one. So x times x is x squared, and then inside we have x and 3, so we do x bracket 3, that would be 3x. Then we have inside we have 2 and x, so 2 and x, that would be 2x, and last we have 2 and 3, so 2 bracket 3 equals to 6. Now you can combine all this, so the answer would be, because there's no other x squared, we'll just put x squared there. Then 3x plus 2x is 5x plus 6. So the answer here would be x squared plus 5x plus 6. So that's the method on FOIL. So first, outside, inside, and last. First would be these two, and then outside would be that one with that one, and then inside would be 2 and x, and then last would be 2 and 3. Okay, so let's do another exam. Now you can do some questions, and remember to pause the video, try it out, and I know you'll get it. So y plus 4 and 2 minus y. So I'm gonna use the first question with the different colors. So we have first, so for our first we have this and that would give us, so y times 2 is 2y. Then we go to outside, we have y and negative y. Y times negative y would be negative y squared. Then we go to inside, we have, inside would be this 2, so 4 times 2, that is 8, and it's a plus. Then we have the last one. The last one is 4 and negative y. 4 times negative y would be negative 4, negative 4y. So basically the answer would be, we start with the y squared, so negative y squared. Then here we have 2 and negative 4. 2 times negative 2 minus negative 4 is negative 2y plus 8. Question number 2, we have w minus 5 into bracket squared. So what this means is we take this one, we multiply it by itself. So w minus 5 and another w minus 5. Then we use the same procedure of FOIL. So we'll do this w times w equals to w squared. Then the next one is, so that one was first. Now we go to outside. We have that w and negative 5. So w times negative 5. So we always take the sign before the number. When you're taking the number, you take it with the sign before it. W times negative 5 will be negative 5 w. Then we have inside, so we take negative 5 and w. Please ignore the chicken outside. So negative 5 times w is negative 5 w. And last but not least, we have last, so negative 5 and negative 5. So negative 5 times negative 5, two negatives becomes a positive, so 5 times 5 is 25. So now we can put the terms together. So we have w squared, then we have negative 5w, another negative 5w plus 25. So the like terms we have negative 5w and negative 5w. Remember what we discussed in the previous video. So if you're in the swimming pool, negative 5, so let's say negative 5 is somewhere here, and then you dive even deeper, you'll still continue with the negative and you'll end up at negative 10. So basically when you have two negative numbers, you add them and you keep the negatives. So negative 10w, because 5 plus 5 is 10. Then here we have w squared plus 25. That's it. Okay, so number 3, we have 2t minus 7 and t plus 8. So we do first. I'm going to put the letters there first. Then we have outside. So 2t and 8 would be outside. Then we have inside, we have negative 7 and t. And then last but not least, we have last, negative t, negative 7 and 8. Okay, so this time I'm going to use the same color. So 2t times t is 2t squared, and then 2t times positive 8 would be plus 16t. And then we go to inside, so this one I forgot to write it, last. So negative 7 times t would be negative 7t, and then you have negative 7 times 8 would be negative 56. So like terms together, 16 minus 7 would be positive 9t, and then you put 2t squared minus 56. So 2x plus 5 squared is the same as 2x plus 5 and another 2x plus 5. So let's write the FOIL. So we have first, then we have outside, then we have inside, and last but not least we have last. So in that order, so we'll start with the F, then you go to O, then I, then L. So 2 for F is 2x times 2x. 2x times 2x would be 4x squared, because 2 times 2 is 4. X times x is x squared. Then we go to O, so 2x times 5. So 5 times 2 is 10, and that one will be positive because this one is positive, so 10x. We go to I, 5 times 2, x is another 10x. And last but not least, we have 5 times 5. Both of them are positive, so it will be 25. Then like terms together, we have 10x plus 10x would be 20x, then in front we have the 4x squared and 25, and that will be the answer. Okay, number 5, x plus a, x plus 3a. So put the letters, so f, and then we have outside, inside, and last. Okay, so x times x would be x squared, x times 3a would be 3ax, and then we have x times a would be, we can start with the a and then x, and then a times 3a would be 3a squared. So like terms we have, because they're ending with the same letter ax, we can add them. So 3ax plus ax is the same as 4ax, because this one is the same as putting a 1 there. Then we have x squared plus 3a squared. So this topic is called SARD, where we write numbers in root form. You know, like root 4 is the same as square root of 4 is 2, but we can't get the square root of 6, so we leave it in the root form. This is called SARDs. So let's write all the acronyms. So here we have the first, then we have outside, inside, and last. So this one I'll expound more, each one at a time. So for f we have, so root a times a. So for example, you have root 2 times 2. Since we don't have the square root of 2, we'll write it here, and then the 2 would come in front like that. So this one becomes a root a. Then we go to o. So o is root a times negative root a times negative 2 root b. So once again here, if we have root 2 times root 3, this one can be combined to 2 times 3 is 6. So you just multiply the 2 root and you put the root sign. So we have a and b, that becomes ab. A times b is ab, and then you put the minus 2 outside. Then we have inside we're gonna do root 4b times a, and root 4 is the same as square root of 4 is 2, and square root of b is just square root of b times a. So this one can be written as 2 times a, 2a root b. And then we have the last one. So the last one we have root 4b times negative 2 root b. So here we can see there's a similar letter. So for example, you have root 4 times root 4. Square root of 4 is 2. Square root of 4 is 2. So you get 4. So if you have, let's say, root 2 times root 2 is the same as removing the square root and keeping just 1 of the 2's. So this one you can break it down. We can separate it. So square root of 4, and we have square root of b. So since we have now root b and root b, that becomes just b as per this explanation. Then root 4 is 2. Square root of 4 is 2. So we are done with this. And then now we do times negative 2. So 2 times 2 is negative 4b. Now it's time to put all the terms together. Please ignore the background noise. So we have a root a, and then negative 2 root ab. Then here we got, this is positive. Yeah, it's positive 4b, and a is positive 2a root b. And then we have negative 4b. And that will be the answer because there are no like terms. So root a, root ab, root 4, and then b. So there's no like term, so that will be the answer. Okay, number 7, let's do a similar question. So we put the letters, that is F, that is O, inside and last. By the way, make sure to pause the video and try it by yourself. See if you can get it. I know you can. Okay. So first we have 8 times 5. 8 times 5 is 40. Then we have O is 8 times root x. So that one will be 8 root x. We can't combine them together. Then we have inside, we have negative root x times 5. So that will be negative 5 root x. Okay, the last one will be negative root x times root x. So root x times root x is the same as x, and then you put the minus there, so negative x. Now we put all the terms together. We have 40 plus 8 root x, then negative 5 root x, negative x. Like terms together, we have root x and root x. So 8 minus 5 would be 3 root x minus x, and then 40 here. So 40 plus 3 root x minus x. The second last question, this one is the same as 2x minus 3y, and another 2x minus 3y. So 2x times 2x would be 4x squared. 2x times negative 3y would be negative 6xy. And then negative 3y times 2x would be negative 6xy. Negative 3y times negative 3y will be positive 9y squared. Like terms, we have negative 6xy and negative 6xy. Using that concept of debt, so you owe someone 6 and another person 6. So at the end of the day, you owe negative 12xy. Or remember, when you have two negative numbers, you add them and then you put the negative sign there. So here we have 4x squared minus 12xy, and here we have 9y squared. The last question, this one can be written as x minus 1, x minus 1. So f is x times x is x squared. X times negative 1 would be negative x. Negative 1 times x would be negative x. Negative 1 times negative 1 would be positive x. So negative x, we can put a 1 there just for you to understand. So x squared, two negative numbers, add them, put a negative. So 1 plus 1 is 2, x plus 1. And that marks the end of our lesson for this week. Please make sure you watch till the end. If you love the video, consider subscribing and like and comment. Enjoy your day. Bye bye. See you in the next video.